Hello again, my brothers and sisters. I'm back again this Sunday, and it's around about the time is around about 12:15 or so, and I do have the other video. I do have the prayer comment at 2 o'clock. Join me in prayer. Join me at 2 o'clock, where also I will be praying. I will be saying a word of prayer. I will be also talking about marriages. I'll be talking about praying for marriages. I'll be praying for restoration in marriages, praying for misunderstandings in marriages, praying for faith to be stretched, faith to be expanded, prayer for faith to be renewed, for patience, for love, for wisdom, all those things in the video at 2 o'clock, in the video for prayer. I will be highlighting, I will be talking about specific areas and specific topics in a relationship, stuff that we go through, stuff that we encounter, stuff that a lot of times, most things are misunderstandings, and so it's a matter of learning how to be patient with each other, a matter how to just being patient with ourselves. And so, because it's frustrating. Just think about it. When you live with someone, when you're with someone so much, every day for years and years, sometimes it's a challenge. Sometimes you get tired of that person. Sometimes you get tired of looking at them. Sometimes you get tired of breathing, hear them breathe. I mean, it's just life. But you work through it. Those tough times, you work through those tough times because, contrary to popular demand, it's in those tough times that make you closer. It's in those tough times that make you as a couple stronger. See, because when those tough times, things is out of control, and so you together, you have to form a plan where you're fighting together. You're fighting together to solve the problem, to solve whatever situation is. And so what happens, you fight, even when you're mad at each other. And so what that means is that you feel a certain way, and so there's something in you that the person did that you didn't either. They didn't pay attention, or they didn't respect, or they just wasn't sensitive enough, or whatever. But it was something that said some type of conflict. But whatever kind of conflict, or the person didn't know me. You ain't know me enough, because if you knew me, you wouldn't have done that. If you knew me, you wouldn't even try to handle me that way. And so, in relationship, in conflict, when that happens, because we all talk stuff. As people, we talk stuff. We don't tell everything. There's something in every one of us that we can told our spouse, or there's something. It's just not mean like a secret, but a thought, or something. I mean, it might not mean nothing, but it's a thought. But that thought that may not mean nothing to you, it could mean something to the other person. It could, and just know that anytime you're holding something from someone, you're holding from someone to position yourself in your life a certain way, then that's not right. That's not right. That's deception. That's deception. That's manipulation, and that's witchcraft, really. It really is. But what I want to do, I'm highlighting all that, and so now I do have a direct word, and this direct word is maybe 3 minutes. And many of you've been praying, you've been asking, what is it? What's the problem? Why are the flare-ups? Why the anger, the outbursts? Why all of a sudden, just all of the blue, sometimes just a feeling come over you, you just get angry, want to fight, want to hit, want to cuss. And so, but you want to know what it is, because you feel in so many ways, in certain areas, that God has healed you. You feel in certain areas that everything is okay, but you want to know what it is. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's like having a cut that's not been healed. So in other words, when you have a cut that's not been healed, it's always there. And then sometime when you have a cut that's not been healed, and when a person picks or plays with that, or they got a Band-Aid on it, but you play with the sword, you take the Band-Aid off, you just keep picking at it, then what's happened, you're gonna pick the scab, and so what happened, you're not healed. It's like still the same. Your recovery is still the same. Your recovery is still 30%. Your recovery is still maybe 50%. Your recovery is maybe still 75%. So there's a certain part of your recovery that's still sick, that still need healing, that still need God, that still needs salve, that still needs cultivation, that still needs God to touch. And so what it is that the direct word, prophetic word, how you want to do it, is closure. That's been the problem. The problem has been why things has been flaring up. The problem has been why you've been acting this way, you don't know why. It's closure. There's certain areas in your life, and God is going to reveal it to you, but there are certain areas in your life that you need closure on. You need closure on. There's something that's sticking in his head. I can see it. And whatever is sticking in his head, it flares up at certain times of your life. At certain times of your life where you are emotional, where you feel challenged, where you need God in certain areas. In those times, that's when those things flare up. And so what it is that you need closure. The Bible says, I think it is in Peter, I think it is, say, follow peace with all men, without which shall no man see the Lord, unless a root of bitterness spring up in you. A root of bitterness spring up in you, whereby many be defiled. And so it started from that root of bitterness springing up. And because that root, and because you didn't kill that root, because that root didn't die, because that root, you didn't pull that root up, because that root wasn't dealt with, because that root wasn't challenged, because that root wasn't cut off or removed, that root grew into a tree. And then once the root grew into a tree, it bears leaves. Then once it bears leaves, it bears fruit. And fruit are actions. Fruit is the works of the flesh. Hate, rejection, pride, backbiting, all those negative things, fear, all those negative things that come with the works of the flesh. And so the answer, the problem was, and the answer is the same. The problem and the answer is the same. Closure. The problem that caused the problem, that kept things going, that kept things a certain way, was closure. You needed closure. Certain things was uncovered. Certain things that weren't dealt with, that weren't worked on. Childhood molestation, or whatever it was that were unanswered questions. That's what it comes down to. Why? Unanswered questions. And those unanswered questions, and those whys have become echoes through your life. That same why, that same pain, that same hurt, that same situation. But today God said the buck stops here. It stops at your closure. God is bringing closure, your deliverance. Hear what I'm saying? Closure. Coming to you, coming to your house. And so as it come, don't fight, but accept, surrender. Surrender and say, God, I'm here, I'm ready. Change me. I need closure. That's all I need. I need closure. And the act of obedience, because the Bible says obedience is better than sacrifice. And even in the Bible, there's over 3,000 promises, and those 3,000 promises are predicated on obey. Just obey, just listen. Don't fight it. Don't try to figure it out. Just simply surrender and say, God, I give up. I give it to your will. Is that all right? It's your prophetic word. God bless you. Be encouraged.